Hey there, cool cats. How you doing? Another fabulous episode of Daytona Miscellaneous Mischief.
Hello.
DJ Kester here, my partner in crime, Daytona Bad Bat. We've just been sitting around talking. You know, we like to get conversation going between ourselves before we start filming, and we're just talking about, you know, of course, what's going on in Iran, and also what's been happening lately down in Cuba, 90 miles south of us, Miami. Apparently, some riots have been going on, and those people want freedom too. And I think that communist regime's about to fall very soon. And I smell freedom in the air for Cuba.
There we go.
And you know, of course,
I want to go there.
because you got to remember, you know, Batista, back in the 50s, before Castro came in, you know, there was, you know, free travel and trade with Cuba, and they were doing very well down there. And then,
Frank Sinatra was playing there.
yeah, I mean, just watch the Godfather movie. The Godfather movie. You can see a lot about how old Cuba used to be, you know. And then of course Castro came in, everything changed. But you know, they're still driving cars from the 1950s there because they can't get anything else. And kudos to the people that kept those 1950s cars running all this time. This goes to show you, good old U.S. cars, but some damn good mechanics in Cuba keeping them running all these time. But once that regime falls, and I think it's coming very close, I don't think it's going to be too much longer before we as American citizens, and of course people around the world, can go down to Cuba and start, you know, have a vacation and visit or whatever. And of course you're going to see Cuba change drastically. There's going to, I mean, they're just, the casinos I think are going to probably come in.
And once it opens up again, family members that are here in America can communicate a lot better with their family members in Cuba, and that's key. You know, the people that had to that were brave enough to get into a, you know, float boat, they call them float boats,
Yeah.
and, you know, travel the 90 miles, and that's treacherous waters. 90 miles, everybody thinks, 90 miles, that's nothing. That area between Cuba and America.
And shark-infested waters.
Oh yeah, shark-infested and very, you know, how the waterway runs is dangerous. And many people have lost their lives in that area. So,
Trying to get here.
Yeah, try to get here. And if they made it here, you know, and, you know, and this has been going on for decades. So, you know, hopefully that'll be good. You know, I also want to address what's going on here in America right now. Daytona is in the news because of so-called spring breakers. I'm going to call it what they are. It's not spring breakers. These are gangs, all right, that are causing chaos. And it's not only in Daytona. They're also doing it, from what I'm reading now, in Fort Lauderdale. There's also a disturbance down in Miami. And in where was it?
Was it Will?
The Carolinas. And the Carolinas,
Yeah.
there was another uprising on the beach up there. And funny, it was all the same weekend. All right? Somebody is controlling this, because I'll tell you right now, the only thing we had going on in Daytona this weekend was a bunch of softball teams and, you know, a bunch of kids coming in for, you know, they're high schoolers.
And these young college-age kids, they all showed up at once. And I mean, a lot.
Yeah, and I don't think most of them are not in college, all right? They're not swarming our beaches and doing all that. And there are, if you go online, you will see fighting, organized fighting going on the beach.
A lot of it.
Five shootings in Daytona, and right now, just earlier today, they were chasing, I don't know who, they didn't say. It went all the way up to 95 and LPGA, which is a big shopping district.
Sure is.
And the guy was on a motorcycle. He dropped the motorcycle and he ran on foot, and they were after him. I don't know.
Yeah, the Tanger outlets.
All right, and they're saying something about, you know, there's something else going on here. So we don't know.
Yeah. It's
You
just,
know, we're the dummies in America, just hanging out, having a cocktail.
true. But it's
And,
interesting how they just all show up in these places in mass numbers
Mass.
for one weekend.
Way mass.
So there's some kind of little network
Something
going
is
on.
behind this. We know it. And the funny thing that I also looked at is that the president has been briefed on all this. So when I look at that, I said, the president has been briefed on all this.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on? That's my question. Question of the week. What's going on?
Yeah. So,
Why is this going on? And who's backing it?
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and of course you had, also you had that synagogue just a couple days ago where the guy takes his truck and drives it right in there.
That's a
Unfortunately,
suicide bomber.
Fortunately, he was shot and killed, and he was the only one killed. And apparently, other than the security guard who shot him, slightly injured, that guy was the only one killed, thank God. But, there's a lot of shit going down everywhere, so so be vigilant. Keep your eyes open. If you see something suspicious or whatever, report it, contact local authorities, whoever, just let them know. Keep your eyes open, because everything going on in Iran and around the world, there's all this talk of sleeper cells here in the country. Well, they're here. Biden let them all in. There's a lot of them here, so keep your eyes open. Be safe,
Biden,
everybody.
Obama.
Yeah.
Let's go back from there. They've been coming in for decades.
So keep your eyes open. And, of course, we all know what's going on around the Strait of Hormuz, basically to a standstill right now with all the oil tankers can't get in and out because, getting hit with, Iranian missiles and that. Although that's the island of Karg was hit very hard by our forces. And Trump may be there's talk that Trump may be taking over that island to make sure it's secure, and also trying to secure other nations to bring in some of their naval ships to come in to help us secure it. But this is almost done. I mean, they're at the point now where there's less and less missiles being fired by Iran because we've effectively taken out most of their missile sites where they launched the launchers. So they're getting less and less, and we've depleted a lot of their munitions where they make them, the drones and the missiles, and look how many of their leaders we've taken out. So we're getting there. Be patient. Trump knows what he's doing. This had to be done. All right, yeah, we're all feeling it a little bit at the pump. It's not going to be forever. This had to be done. Trump's the only one with balls enough to do it.
That way, all of us can sit back, throw in some rock and roll music, and party like normal people.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, here in America, we're dealing with stuff now that it's like, what's going on? There's more of that to come because we haven't been paying attention. Yes, maybe we drink too much and we like our barbecues and we do the 9-to-5 life where, you own your own business and we live our daily lives, pay our taxes, doing all that. But we also have to take heed that because of the open border policy, we could be in danger right now and maybe cut back on the party and take a look at who your neighbors are. Just take a look.
Keep your eyes open. Be vigilant.
Yeah.
But
keep the party going. I mean, come on. We are Americans. That's what we do.
But the Iranian regime's on the verge of collapse. We just need the Iranian people to rise up and do what they have to do.
And we need to attack the sleeper cells.
We're all hoping that the Iranian people can have hopefully a government, peace and prosperity, and hopefully a government similar to ours.
And freedom to the women.
Yeah,
freedom to the women. Come on.
And the women want it bad. They want it, and they deserve to have
My
it.
grandmother marched for women's rights.
Yeah.
Right here in America, up in New York, we earned the rights to everything. These people have no rights. And to any college student out there that you think, that Iranian, it's so great. The women have no rights. It's not that great. It's no way to live.
We're getting up on 10 minutes. I want to keep it below 10. But here we go. The Iranian regime is getting ready to fall. Cuba's is next. It's coming. It's coming. They're rioting there now. It's coming.
Yeah.
So be vigilant. Give your hearts to Jesus, and just trust Trump. All this stuff had to be done. Things are going to get better, and before long, gas will go back down again. This war is almost over. I believe it in my heart. Thank you for watching Daytona Miscellaneous Mischief.
Hey, we're getting up to barbecue season, people. Let's go.
There we go.
No more snow.
All right, we'll be back again soon. DJ Kenster, Daytona Babette. Thanks for watching.